What if I told you your Redis Lua scripts would silently leave your data inconsistent? Most people think that Redis Lua scripts are fully atomic, but that's only half true. If your script fails midway, then Redis won't roll back the changes. In this video, we'll discuss why Redis Lua scripting is not fully atomic and how you can make your multi-command operations safe and consistent. Now let's start the video by understanding what Redis Lua scripting actually is and why is this so powerful. So Redis is fast, but we normally send operations like get, set, increment one by one, which means multiple round trips and there's a risk of other clients interleaving their comments. Lua scripting changes that. Redis has a built-in Lua interpreter, so you can combine all your logic inside a single script and execute it using eval command. And inside the script, you can call multiple Redis commands using redis.call. And Redis treats the script as a single command. But why is this so powerful? First is bundled logic. So instead of writing complex code in your application and sending multiple commands one by one, you are putting it all inside a single script and execute it in one shot. Next is fewer network round trips. So your app is now sending only the script, which means you are cutting down on network latency. And this is especially valuable when your Redis is running in a distributed setup with network hops. Third is isolation during execution. This is very important. We all know that Redis is single-threaded. So when your Lua script runs, then no other clients can sneak in their comments. And this makes operations feel atomic during execution time. And last but not the least, reusable and efficient. So you can cache the script text by their hash value using eval SHA. And you don't need to resend the script text every time. This means lower bandwidth usage and higher efficiency. So Lua scripting reduces latency, avoids interleaving, and it brings logic closer to the data, which is why people often assume it to be atomic. But here's the catch. Isolation is not the same as atomicity. And if anything fails inside your Lua script, you might end up with partial updates as Redis won't roll back the changes. Now let's walk through one example where this problem actually matters, a money transfer. So we will walk through a sample Lua script code which is supposed to do three things: debiting account A, creating account B, and logging the transaction. It seems like a single atomic flow. Let's walk through the code to understand what actually happens. First of all, to run the Lua script, we have to execute this eval command. So here we have to mention the Lua script name, and this 3 tells Redis that the next 3 arguments go to this keys array and the other arguments go to argv. Now what is keys and what is argv? So in Redis, anything that actually refers to Redis keys go to this keys array, and any other parameters like amount, transaction ID, etc. go to argv. In our example, keys 1 is account A, keys 2 is account B, and keys 3 is transaction log, whereas argv1 is the transaction amount and argv2 is the transaction ID. In our case, both the accounts, that is account A and account B, are stored in Redis hash, and they have many parameters like ID, name, currency, balance, status, etc. For our particular example, this balance is very important as we are increasing as well as decreasing this particular field using this hincr by. This hincr by is a Redis command that increments or decrements a numeric field inside a Redis hash. So if the amount to be added is negative, then we decrement the value, and if the amount to be added is positive, we increase the value. And this hincr by is an atomic update, and this is much safer than doing read, modify, write manually. So in this example, we are doing 3 steps. As we have already said, we are debiting account A, we are crediting account B, and we are logging the transaction. Now what happens if your account B is corrupted? Maybe we have created account B as string instead of hash by mistake. Now your step 1, that is debiting account A, happens fine. But your step 2, that is crediting account B, fails with a wrong type error. And this wrong type error means that we are trying to use this hincr by operation on a wrong type of key. So the script aborts here and this step 3 never runs. Now here's the problem. Debiting account A has already been applied and Redis won't roll back the change. So A has lost the money but B has not gained the money and the transaction has not been logged. So you end up with partial updates and you end up in an inconsistent state. And that's the real danger of using Lua scripting without any safeguard. And this highlights a big misconception. People often say that Lua scripts are fully atomic, but what they actually mean is isolation and not atomicity. We know that Redis is single-threaded. So when your Lua script runs, then no other clients can interfere. And this is isolation. But atomicity in true ACID sense means all or nothing. So if any step fails, then previously executed steps should roll back as if nothing happened. But Redis won't do that. In our transfer example, account A has been debited and that change stuck even when crediting account B failed. That's isolation without rollback, not atomicity. So calling Lua scripting fully atomic is misleading. What Lua scripting provides is isolation, but it does not provide rollback. Now, if Redis won't roll back the partial updates, then how can we make our data consistent? The simple answer is a simple yet very powerful design principle: validate first, mutate last. So in this principle, we first check the preconditions, and if all the preconditions succeed, only then we do the mutations. Now let's see the example. So at first we check if the transaction amount is valid or not. If it is not valid, then we exit early. Okay, now next we check if the accounts are actually hashes. If they are not hashed, then we again exit early. And last we check that if account A has sufficient balance. If A does not have sufficient balance, then we exit immediately. And after all these checks pass, only then we go to the mutations phase and we do debit, credit and logging the transaction in one go. So with this approach, the real dangerous part, that is transferring money, happens only when we are sure that it can succeed end to end. If account B is wrong type, we do not do the debit. If account A does not have sufficient balance, nothing changes. So instead of relying on rollback, which Redis does not provide, we prevent that state from ever being written in the first place. So this is a proactive safeguards: validate first, mutate last. Now even with the validations in place, there's a subtle problem that we need to fix, and that is retries. Let's say a client sends a request but times out while waiting for the response. Then the client retries and the script runs again and account A gets debited twice, and that's a disaster. So how to fix that? So to fix that, we are using a Redis set containing already applied transactions. So at the beginning of the script, we are checking if the transaction ID is part of the Redis set containing the already applied transactions. If it is, then we won't do anything and we return success. And if the transaction ID has not been applied before, then we do the validations, then we do the mutations, and at the end we mark the transaction ID as processed, and for that we add the transaction ID in the Redis set. So now your retries are safe. If the client sends the request once or 5 times with the same transaction ID, you will debit account A only once. And this is the very same principle that is used in payment systems, messaging platform, any APIs all over the world, and that is idempotency with an idempotency key. And in this example, this transaction ID is the idempotency key. So with these two safeguards in place, that is validate first, mutate last, and adding idempotency with an idempotency key, you take a fragile Lua script and turn it into something production ready. This is still not rollback atomic like transactional database, but this is consistent, retry safe and resilient enough for many real world workloads. So to sum it up, Redis Lua scripts is powerful. It bundles logic, it reduces network latency, it provides isolation during execution, but do not confuse this isolation as atomicity. And to safeguard your multi-command operations, you can use two principles: validate first, mutate last, and adding idempotency with an idempotency key. That's it for this video. If you have liked this video, please like and share this video. For more such in-depth discussion, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you have any suggestion, queries or any feedback, write it into the comment section. Thank you very much for your time.